I think.
So you're launching the Emotion UI. So this is the Huawei UI, right?
Correct. This is our own UI.
So it's installed on here.
It's installed on here. This might not be the very, very latest version because, like I said before, we're doing updates every 2 weeks. So this is probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks old. It's not the latest one, but it's relatively new.
So is this full speed? Is this like fully hardware accelerated? You're using the GPU, using...
Yes, we are. Yeah, yep. This is fully hardware accelerated.
So
As you can see, it's very smooth.
So what do you mean by updating every 2 weeks and every month? Is that like updating just the Emotion UI part of it, or also the system of Android?
So, like I said just now, we're really not just updating for the sake of updating. The releases are not there for bug fixes. What we're trying to do is to really get input from users or feedback from users as often as possible and react to those quickly. So obviously, as an end user, if you contribute an idea, you want to see that idea in your phone ASAP. So we do these quick iterations just to do that, not really so that we don't believe there will be a lot of bugs to fix every 2 weeks, right? But there'll be a lot of input from users, big ones and small ones, and we try to address them as quickly as possible.
So is this kind of like a home replacement, or is it a full customized Android? How do you define it?
This is at this point it's fully customized, but it's not available on other Android devices. It's not like a ROM per se that you can flash other phones with. So right now it is a full-blown UI. It's not just at home level. So if you go into any applications, you see that we've also done customization as well. That's probably not the best example. Let me see what's a good one to show you. Right, message. Okay, this is actually not the standard Android message. This is what we call TT message. It's an internal name that we use. What actually it does is that we've combined short message with chat programs. So if you really have to draw up a comparison, this would be similar to WhatsApp, right? So we've combined the two, and this is now our default messaging application.
And so if people want to get vanilla, if they just want to get basic Jelly Bean, can they switch it off or switch over?
There isn't a switch per se in the system right now for people to do that. I mean, obviously, from a brand building standpoint, we don't really want people to do that. Obviously, like I said, we've made a lot of investment into improving. We believe those are improvements to Android. So we really don't want people to switch on and off. But however, if you're an experienced user, obviously you can download the version of the vanilla Android, and then you can flash your phone. Now, we haven't completely locked the phone so you can't even flash it. You can flash it, but we haven't gone as far as providing a simple switch for people to switch back and forth.
Wouldn't it be a good idea to do that?
I think from a user standpoint it is, but as I said, from a manufacturer standpoint, a manufacturer who is trying to build a brand, that might not be such a good idea. But I agree with you as a user. I agree with you.
Might it be that it's the carriers that ask Huawei to do that? To do the custom, like they don't want people to get confused between the devices?
Sure. Well, right now, no carriers have asked us to do that, but I can't say it's not going to happen, right?
All right.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dennis. As Lars introduced just now, I'm from the headquarters from Shenzhen. I'm in charge of our UI development for all Huawei devices. Excuse me. So in case I lose some of my audience in the next 10 minutes, which sometimes happens, especially after a big lunch, I want you to take away a key message today, which is Huawei understands the importance of design, and we're investing heavily in that. Not just in industrial design, but also in user interface design and user experience design. So that's the key message. So how do we do that? Let me take half a step back here. When I joined Huawei in almost the same time last year, the chairman gave me an assignment. He wanted me to build a user interface that not only will help us build a consumer brand, but also will add value to our devices. So we did exactly just that. And we started with a philosophy, what we call design with empathy. Now, what that means is that we really put ourselves in our users' shoes. Now, we put people before technology, we put ourselves in the light, and we try to tailor our design to people's emotions. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal? I've heard that before. Every manufacturer talks about being close to users and stuff like that. Okay, the big deal here is we've taken that a step further. We actually do what we said. By changing from user-centric design to what we call user-assisted design. The difference is, with user-centered design, what you're doing is you try to understand your users, right? You listen to them, you hear them out. But with user-assisted design, you actually get them involved in the design process. Okay, so that's the big change here. We've done a lot of things to prove that. Once we've, well, actually twice, we've done what we call user experience salon. We invited people to a dedicated place, a very nice coffee shop actually, to spend half a day with these users. Every time there were about 40 to 70 users. And we spent a lot of time going through our UI with them, trying to understand what was working and what was not working. And also, on top of that, every day we track users on the internet. We have forums, we have microblogs, and every day my design team gets a list of all the input from users on a daily basis. Okay, every day around 5 o'clock, I get a list, and then immediately we would go through that list with the software engineers to see if any of those things can be implemented.